So welcome to another Tokyo Revengers video guys. And yeah, today I want to talk about our protagonist Takemichi. We discussed a lot about Takemichi's character back then, whenever new manga chapters got released. But I never talked or dedicated a whole video solely for his character discussion. And I thought, this is the perfect timing to talk about his character development. Also, season 2 now airing right now. So many people's interest surrounding his character has peaked. This Black Dragon arc is very important for his character development. And it takes a difficult turn. Obviously, I know so many people who thinks Takemichi is weak. And I just cannot wait for them to realize his true potential. And therefore change their wrong opinion about him after this arc. So we will talk about his role in this Black Dragon arc as a protagonist of this series. So, before we talk about that, as usual guys, I would kindly appreciate it if you can drop a like on the video and consider subscribing to the channel. Let's go into the video now. So when it comes to Tokyo Revengers series, here we get to see that everyone is stronger than the protagonist. This is how most of the people think. Especially the anime-only watchers. However, we can't blame them. In season 1, we didn't get much development in his character. Instead, we got to know and see more about other characters and their development, and those characters grew on us instead. So, all we saw about him initially was how he's scared to fight back or how he was crying all the time. Which is why people hated him first. But we all could see during the Valhalla arc how mentally strong Takemichi is. And I would say rather, he is mentally stronger than anyone. Which he has proven us till end of the series. Sometimes people gets annoyed when the main character is scared and confused and is crying all the time. But this time after watching season 2, everyone will see a completely different side of him. Which will shock them. Even when I had read the manga for the first time, I got chills after completing this arc. But anyway, in my opinion, from all the characters in the series, his character is the most relatable one. But now, we'll see the true meaning behind the crybaby hero. This week, in the upcoming episode, we will see the Black Dragon president, Taiju. Particularly, he's one of the best gang presidents. The way he ruled his territory and his gang was so real. As more episodes releases, everyone will get to see the terrific side of him. But this time, Takemichi's opponent is him and his entire gang. Imagine, the guy who is always scared to fight back. Now the same guy is directly going to confront the beast face-off. Even though he knows very well he can't beat him alone. But he still didn't ask any help from any of the characters like Mikey and Draken. He wants to change the future on his own for his Hina. Everyone will change and at some point find their true self at one point in life. And that's how Takemichi found his true self gradually. During the quest of saving Hina's life and being the top member of Toman. If he wants to change the future, he needs to fight back. So this time he's so calm and didn't want to drag anyone against the Black Dragon gang conflict. Also most importantly, this is his first fight as a Toman captain. His first fight against Taiju really has so many emotional moments. Which was desperately needed for his character to grow. Takemichi literally wore Baji's sash, which was given by Chifu to him. The friendship with Baji and Takemichi started with the really worst way possible. But we know why Baji did it. But also Baji is one of those people who accepted him for who he is and left the Toman gang and Mikey to him. Takemichi's plan was never to fight with Taiju at first place. All he needed to do was to stop Hakai from killing his brother. So that he can change the future for the better. Also unlike in season 1, previously we saw that whenever Takemichi starts to fight against someone, he attacks them blindly without thinking about anything or plotting anything from beforehand or without giving much thought about the winning strategies. But in this arc, Takemichi first tries to understand the whole situation with a calm mindset. Only then he proceeds to his next move. At one point, he had to fight with Taiju because he had no other option left with him. And by these small trivial things, we can notice how Takemichi's growth is captured so beautifully in the series. He has no one to support him or help him fight against Taiju, but he didn't fear anything. Also, the main thing here is, just because he didn't fear doesn't mean he's going to win against Taiju. Taiju obviously showed him hell. But he didn't give up, because he previously always considered himself as a not worthy person. But now he understood that he had so many friends who accepted him the way he was. And he had a huge responsibility laying on his shoulders to save his girlfriend Hina and change their future. Even after he got to know Mikey will not come to help him in the fight against Taiju. He was just shocked for a second. Obviously, because Taiju was completely different league to him. Even Mitsuyu struggled a bit against him. But Takemichi didn't keep on whining or didn't dwell in the fact that he has no backup. He even understood it was so pathetic and whining will not change anything. Takemichi shows his real determination here. Hakai, who was stronger than him, he was going to kill his own brother Taiju. Because Hakai and Yuzuha's life became like hell because of Taiju. But killing someone was not going to change anything. There are situations we face where you have to fight back. But there's a way how you should fight back. You can see this panel, Takemichi tells to Hakai he's going to show him what it means to fight back. Which is accordion to me a really very cool moment. Takemichi has always been like this. Even in his childhood, he saved Hina from some bullies, even though he didn't have slightest chance to win against them. But still he gave his best, and he remembered those moments. And that's only his redeeming quality. Without any fear, with a smile on his face. He faced Taiju, and that's our main character. But unfortunately, Takemichi really struggled a lot bit against him. This was so realistic. Just because he got some motivation, that doesn't mean he can't beat anyone so easily. Taiju beat Takemichi to the death. He's not only fighting for his future, and also for Hakai's sake. Hakai, even though was stronger than Takemichi. He didn't even move from the place where he was standing because he was so scared of Taiju. But Takemichi, who is not much stronger like him, was still proudly fight back with a bloody face. Takemichi shows his real determination. At this point, Takemichi is just a mere Toman Gang 1st Division captain. But he's facing the president of Black Dragon Gang. And challenged him to take over his gang. Which is really crazy and give me chills. Hakai knew how strong his own brother was, so thought that no matter what Takemichi did, he still can't change anything in the end. But he absolutely had no idea about how many struggles Takemichi went through to reach this point in life. In the future, he had nothing, there was no one for him. No friends or nobody to love him, he was all alone. But now he has another chance to change everything. Including his school friends, Toman members also started to accept him for who he was. So many people trusted him and believed in his potential. They knew his worth. He didn't wanted to break their trust. So if he feared someone like Taiju, he can't change anything for the future he was so desperately fighting for. Even Taiju was so shocked after seeing Takemichi being so stubborn to not give up. Because he's not the one anymore who he was before. He's the who is going to change everyone's future as a protagonist. He literally made Taiju kneel down, he made someone agree into submission. Someone who was way out of his league in strength and valor. And it will be one of the most insane moments in the series. He proved everyone who he was. Even though he cried and whined all the time. He didn't sit there in the same place, he moved forward. That's our CRYBABY hero. And I think that should be all of us in our real lives. Takemichi even made us realize one very important thing, that is, fighting on isn't painful, what hurts more than anything is loneliness. Even some people who is much stronger than him. Acknowledge Takemichi in end of the series. Even Hakai asked Takemichi's help. As a captain of Toman 1st Division, Takemichi really did show his strong resolution. He didn't run away, he faced the problem with an iron heart, he solved everything in the end. So, I really hope anime gives justice to this scene, as they deserve it. And to Takemichi's character as well. I really can't wait to see chapter 100 get animated. So let me know what do you guys think about Takemichi's character and how excited are you all about today's episode? Tell me in the comment section. Anyway, if you guys like this video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. And good luck to all.